lineup. See what we got on the front row. In the 416 and the 415 will be Bryson Benitez and Jaden Minder. Row 2 inside, Olive Hoover and Ashton Williams. Alongside in row 3 will be Brody Martin and Jesse Owens in the 413, 497. Mikey Childress is out there inside of row 4 alongside G3. In row 5 inside, Travis Jones and Megan Starr in the 45, 428. Trulie Adams and Zach Bruckner in the 49 and 430 make up round 6. Row 7 will be Jaden Manchester and Chris Collinsworth in the 423 and 459. And the final row inside, the 485 of Jacob Hanger and Carson Farrell in the 461 and the 485. And basically what you're looking at right now is Junior 2 karts. This is what the karts were like. I shouldn't say that. This is what the Junior 2s started, this whole junior racing league, I guess you want to call it that, way back in the core days. They have really gone through a huge transformation as far as components. They were very, very Spartan when we first started. But, man, they're probably a good 6, 7, 8 miles an hour faster than they were back in the day. And these kids can really wheel these things around this racetrack. And I've always said that the most dangerous job in off-road and short course off-road racing is being a corner flagger during a kart race. As the kids just don't know, they just don't lift. So 15 cars will be taking the field. They're taking the green flag.
I'm back. Helen, I was trying to get Mikey Childress to see if they had an extra ski lift there from Mountain High they could bring up for me.
So Gary's in the pace truck about to pull off the track, or is he? Yes, he is. We're going green this time by.
And out the battery says green, green, green. Benitez, Mender, Hoover, Williams, Martin, Owen, Childress, Gyros, all going to be coming around here. Here we go.
We got a full course yellow coming out, yeah.
We got a cart over in turn number 1 there, it looks like. Laying its lid up against the K-rail there on the outside of turn 1. And I'm seeing a yellow and red, so that means we're going to, red flag means stop. I see them flipping the car over here, Scott. Can't see who it is. Yeah, look at this. Underway, Scott. How cool is that? That's one thing it indicates how safe these little trucks are.
Yeah. I just remember the first time, looks like there might be a rub maybe on that left rear. But I just remember the first, I got a trivia for you. Who was the first driver to ever wreck in a trophy kart?
In what series?
Doesn't matter. The first one. First wreck ever in a trophy kart in a race.
Scott Rain.
Dude, I'm no.
Let me think about that here.
There's brothers. It's a brother. One of 3, I think it is. You know him fairly well.
I was going to say the Andersons, but there's only 2 of them.
No. In fact, if I remember right, it was the first lap of the first race ever in a trophy kart. Okay, I'll help you out. South of the border.
Ampudia.
Yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Aaron?
Yep.
Ampudia.
Yep.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I remember that.
And what does he do? Typical Adrian Cheney fashion, jumps out of the cart that's rolled over, throws his fists up in the air, stands on top of it. Yeah, I'm alive.
Made me think. I'm like, three. And I'm like, yep, you're right. Pudias. Well, the word is we're going to go green this next time around. We should see that Optima Batteries green flag come out. BDR, the man up there controlling them.
Well, once again, we're at Glen, Helen Raceway in San Bernardino, California. Beautiful weather, sunny, not a cloud in the sky. Nice breeze from our backs, blowing the dust away. I mean, there's no dust to be had in the stands whatsoever.
It's actually kind of nice. Here we go. We are green, because Optima Battery says so.
That's how you do a start right there. Bumper to bumper, back to the 4 rows, sideways.
Spoke too soon.
3 cars are collected, 4, 5. One's back underway, and is one on its side? Nope, they're just tangled up.
You know that old game where you could take 3 forks or 3 knives and you put them across 3 glasses of water and they all stay together? You balance them? That's what it kind of looks like. The nose up on that one, the tail's up on that one. It looks like Olive Hoover got caught in the middle. Let's see who's around. Let's take another look and see what it looks like. Who's got. I think our production team's got a great shot. Yes, they do. Here we go.
Sideways. Not sure if he got help.
3 cars are collected.
Turned
4,
around.
5.
Or if
One's back underway,
just collected the rest
and
of
is
them.
one on its side.
But yeah,
nope,
it's
they're just tangled up.
This took a long time to happen. I mean, you could see it coming. You could see it coming.
Boy, this feels like a deja vu moment.
From, what, 2 minutes ago?
Yep. Well, I got short-term memory problems, so.
Age sucks. Yeah, I've got the same kind of issue. My wife bought me that was one a day vitamins to help old guys over 50 to get their memory back or whatever.
The silver?
It ain't working.
You need that ginkgo biloba.
Huh?
Ginkgo biloba.
Yeah, it ain't helping. So it looks like Gary's going to be a busy man this afternoon with that pace truck back on the track, getting everybody all lined up. Now, I know we've brought it up various times throughout a race weekend, but this being our last race weekend of the season and NASCAR having just ended last weekend, are you surprised or amazed that there's that many drivers in NASCAR in any one of the three divisions that came from the trophy cart world?
Oh, yeah.
Literally came from Southern California in the trophy cart world.
Sheldon Creed, Riley Herbst, Zane Smith.
Zane Smith almost won a championship in the trucks.
Yep.
Haley
Deegan.
Sheldon almost did too. He was like one race. He just had one bad race.
Yep.
The week before Phoenix took him out of it.
And heck, we got a few of our trophy cart kids racing the Baja 1000 now too. Paul Vardy's taking it on in the Spec Trophy truck. We got Maddox Bailey with his dad and Brandon and Grandpa, and then I know Dale Herbert's going to be driving with Stephen Eugenio and Christopher Polvardi. It's a lot of short course guys.
Dave Mason Jr. and his dad?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Class 1.
I got pictures on the wall of him racing in a trophy in Junior 2s back at our house. He's racing side by side with PJ, my stepson. And you go back to the Mason pits now and you look at Dave Mason Jr. He's looks like a lumberjack. Big kid, big full beard. He'll be out later on this afternoon in the Pro 2.
Last race of the day.
Coming back to the green for the third time here this afternoon. Let's get these kids to finish a lap and see what we got here. I don't care what he says. These kids can drive, man. They're like, this is how you start a race, bumper to bumper. They may be forcing the issue here and there, but clean right now into turn 2. Getting a little sideways, over-rotated. Get it back turned around again. Nice. Still side by side for the lead. And finally, I want to say that's Minder that may have actually punched himself up front. And wow, up on 2 wheels. How about that? The only problem with this kind of angle, we can't quite tell who the driver was. I want to say that was Martin.
Well, I know Hoover's
in the 413. That did a heck of a Joey Chitwood impression. Up on 2 wheels and biked it. But our top 2 have pulled away pretty quickly on that first lap. Minder and Benitez. You know, just like in the other division of motorsports, the same names seem to every race round seem to come up to the front.
Well, I've watched these kids come from the back to be middle runners to top runners. Now we're seeing it right now as this group's become the top runners. Olive is now coming into that. Seeing podium, seeing top 5s.
Hey, an old buddy of mine, John Fitzgerald, is watching. There's a driver that needs to be in a Pro 2. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what he says. Money, 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 I'm sure. But, man, put him in a buggy, open wheel car. The guy's just...
Limited buggies, nobody can touch him.
And also, Janie, I apologize when I mispronounce your last name. Janie Legis. She's rooting for Ashton Williams in Seattle, Washington, Aunt Nene, and Uncle Nick.
Okay, there is one problem with the wind coming from the back, even though it keeps the dust down off.
Yeah, I told you, the steak, yeah. Somebody's grilling some big old beef, and it's not a burger or a broad either, is it? That's not what we're smelling.
It's got that carne asada smell. All right, Minder, Benitez, Owens, Hoover. Owens gets by Hoover to go up into that 3rd position. Hoover drops out just outside of podium position now. Looks like going a little bit farther. It looks like she's back to 5th now. Brody Martin moves up in that 4th position behind Jesse Owens. Big shout out to RTL Traffic Solutions there for class title sponsor for the Junior 2s.
Yep, also want to call out our next race number 4 for the afternoon, the AM Ortega Junior 1 karts. Okay, I'm going to test your knowledge again. What's the difference between Junior 1 and Junior 2?
What's that?
What's the difference between a Junior
Motors.
1? Yeah? That's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Subarus.
Something else.
Ages. Well, I mean, Junior 1 obviously our youngest division. Subarus in the Junior 1s and Hondas in the Junior 2s.
I just remember back when these things first came out, back in the core days, myself and another dad who raced Junior 2s, we'd go to Harbor Freight, buy like 2-3 motors at a time for a couple $100 a piece.
Then it came to the point where you had to go get them off to Fleming to get them all sealed, teched. So Minder is still out at front here with Bryson Benitez, Jesse Owens, Brody Martin, Olive Hoover, and Mikey Childress.
Childress just moved up into the top 5.
Hoover sliding back there to 9th. Jones moves up, and Adams moves up. And how about G3? Our Gyros. Tom Caution's out. They're going to re-rack, restack. thrown behind that beautiful Ford Ranger there. Flying the optimum batteries and Old Glory.
Yeah, when they come back around, there'll be three to take the green. There'll be 3 laps remaining. You know, how do you like being a pace truck driver? I mean, you're at a racetrack, you're on the racetrack, you got the best view in the house.
You're
You
getting
got race
paid to be
trucks.
here.
You're getting paid to be here. You're driving a brand new truck. Best of everything, windows up. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but air conditioning's going. He's probably got the radio blaring, doing some Stevie Ray Vaughan or something.
Now, yeah, let's see. What music do you think he's listening to?
Something country, because him and his wife were at someplace square dancing the other night.
Yep.
Line dancing or something.
Would you go old school country or new school? Would it be like a Willie or
Me
a
personally? Me personally? I'd have to say new school, but then every 10th or 12th song, throw in old school.
There you go. All right, Optimum Battery says green, green, green once again.
3 laps remaining. With Minder, Benitez, and Owens, 1, 2, and 3. You know, what's neat about this class also is the fact that you can watch some of these drivers plan their pass 3-4 corners before they get to it. You can see them, how they're adjusting their lines.
And it looks like one of the vehicles that we were watching there went over. Out of turn number 1, went over. And you can see the roof on that thing is slightly askew now. Just the fiberglass, though. The cage still intact. Kind of that old Weebles wobble.
I got to call up my sister right now, Valerie. She's watching us back in Wisconsin.
Nice.
Yep. She could be up in a tree stand or playing in the snow with all her dogs and chickens and goats and stuff, but she's watching us right now.
Romping through the snow.
She's a multi-time champion back in the day, and would be, I guess, Class 8.
Heavy metal.
Pre-Pro 2. Boy, top 3 have moved away a little bit, get about a 3-4 truck length in that 4 spot. But, yeah, Minder, Benitez, and Owens. Oh, as soon as I mentioned that, they pull right back in again.
Now,
wow.
Would that be in between? Was it Pro Truck that they had, and then Class 8, then it became Pro Truck, and then Pro 2, kind of?
Oh, some leaning on it right there. Some nice driving, letting the guy know in front of him that he's there. Got him sideways a little bit. And now talk about, what's the white flag coming out, I believe?
Nope, not yet.
No, 3 laps remaining.
Minder out front there.
Wow.
Whoa, man, look at the battle still back there for second, third, fourth, fifth.
This looks like a certain race at Phoenix in the Xfinity division. Just a little touch here and there.
Bill Rubbins Racing. But Jaden Minder out front.
Another buddy back in Wisconsin is tuned in, Jason Schompers. He's in his garage right now swapping out his summer tires for snow tires and watching us at the same time. Man, still tight racing going on. A little bit of gap back to third, but our top 2. Bumper, touching, moving back and forth, trying to find that line. Owens is doing a great job right now.
As next time by, checkered flag will come out. The VP checkered flag.
It's going to happen. It's got to happen right now. And I don't think, run out of time. Across the line, Minder will take the win. Owens in second, Benitez third. Childress moves up to that 4 spot. And Adams will run to the top 5. So we're going to keep that ball rolling really, really fast right now as we're still battling the sun. It's still early today, but you know what? You got to plan ahead and stay on top of this. So we'll send Dave down to the podium one more time to meet our top 3 finishers in the RTL Traffic Junior 2 Kart Division. And we'll step aside real quick for all our fans back at home for a few words from our sponsors. We'll be right back with our winning interviews.
Hey, I'm Jeremy McGrath, and welcome to Palms River Resort. Palms is a 5-star lifestyle community where you'll make lifelong friends. I mean, some of my favorite things to do are obviously building memories with the family. We get out in the side-by-sides. Of course, I like riding my dirt bike in the hills and taking off in the desert. But I mean, family time in the boat, man, you can't beat it.
Welcome back, everybody that's tuned in back at home or wherever you're watching us on the live stream. We want to thank you once again for tuning in and spending your afternoon with us here. Round 7 of 8 of the inaugural season of the Great American Short Course here at Glen, Helen Raceway in San Bernardino, California. We got Dave Arnold at the podium waiting for our top 3 finishers to come off and jump up there for their trophy presentation. Keep in mind, our final round of racing will be tomorrow morning, getting right at it bright and early, and the final awards tomorrow afternoon before it gets dark, hopefully, and going to start getting everybody ready. It seems like the drivers here, a lot of the teams, are basically packing up their stuff from here and going right down to Baja and racing the 1,000 next week. So there's a lot going on in this pit area. But today it's all about round 7 of the inaugural season of the Great American Short Course. And our Junior 2 karts are pulling off the track up here to the podium. You can see them on camera coming up just about now. And again, this is just like watching a miniature version of NASCAR. As these kids that unbuckle, drop the window nets maybe, and unhook their helmets and crawl out, and man, everything's there. Head and neck restraints, like I said earlier. These kids are safer doing this kind of thing than, dare I say, pee-wee football. But pretty cool thing to see. You know, Dave, I got a really quick story about, I don't remember who the driver was or the kid was or the mom for that matter, but I remember one of the races back in the when trophy karts first came out. The kid had a crazy rollover. It kind of took the breath away from a few people up in the stands, but the kid got out. He was fine, not a problem. And all of a sudden, I kind of looked down in front of us about 10, 12 rows in front of the announcer's booth, and here's Mom kind of laying down, and people are fanning her like she kind of passed out a little bit, kind of freaked out. And about 2 minutes later, here comes her son, the driver, that just rolled over. And he's looking down at his mom standing there. Mom, was that cool or what?
I remember that, Scott. I'm trying to remember who that was now.
But I think that even had Jim and Nancy Bolden at the time laughing pretty hard there in front of us.
Oh, definitely. Good times. A lot of great drivers have come out of this class, and see a bright future with these young drivers. But we're going to get them up here on the podium here. Talk to Bryson Benitez and, of course, Jesse Owens and Jaden Zane Minder. We'll get him up on the box here and talk to him about this race. All right, here they are. I'm going to go talk to Bryson Benitez first. And Bryson, first of all, I'm going to hand you that $100 K&N gift card. That always go to good things. But talk about this race. Pretty crazy.
Yeah. So I was in first, and I made a mistake, and Shane came up. I was just riding his butt the whole time trying to get around him. I started to stuff it in there, and I just messed up, and Jesse came in, and I just tried to stay in third right behind her the whole time.
Well, it paid off. You stayed in this third position. I know you got some people to thank for that.
Yeah, I like to thank my parents for supporting me, not in racing, but also in club soccer. I'd like to thank my grandparents for coming out. I'd like to thank my Uncle Brian as my mechanic. He actually helped me get a lower end sprocket so then I can have more basically speed coming out of the corners. And just like to thank all my sponsors, Davis Motorsports, Deo, and that's about it so far.
Big round of applause to this young man up here, Bryson Benitez, up on the box here. A great job for sure. We're going to move it to Jesse Owens. I just said it felt like deja vu. She's like, yep, same spot again. Jesse, I know, second time's like everybody's like, but it's a podium. It's all about points.
Yeah, no, for sure. We came in third this weekend for points, and of course the year we're not going to chase points is the year we end up in the points championship. But no, I mean, it was a good day today. We ended up P1 in qualifying yesterday and P2 today, so that was good points for those. And then it was a crazy race. I was pulling tear-offs like crazy again, trying to get him, and we're inside, outside, multiple restarts. It was kind of all over the place, not going to lie.
Well, it definitely worked out. The strategy came into play here, and now it's a points battle, so time to thank some people to go for that points tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure. Before I thank anybody, I just want to let you guys know the car is still for sale. I aged out after this year, so I can't run it anymore. So it's a good piece. It's for sale. So go ahead and message us if you're interested. But I wouldn't be up here without my mom, my dad, all the guys at the shop, Extreme Machine Fabrication, DX Star Race Gear for all of our gear, and everybody else that helps me.
Good for Jesse Owens, everybody. Congratulations. And gonna move over to Chaden Zane Minder. Boy, getting a regular on this box again. Well, I was a little confused. I looked at Bryson's. I saw the 415, then I see the 450. It's like, wait a minute. But, hey, not a bad number because you both seem to be on the podium.
Yeah, it was a good race. You know, it's just from the beginning we were trying to get it, but we got those full restarts, and on that third one we got lucky.
Well, of course, that restart there, and, of course, it's the pressure being out front with a couple of restarts, too. It's real tough.
Yeah, it was crazy. Jesse was on my bumper the whole time. I was just trying to keep it together.
Well, good job, bud. I know you got some people to thank.
Yeah, I'd like to thank KB Engineering, Self-Made Train Facility, Temecula Motorsports, Dexstar Race Gear, Grom USA, Hoosier Tires, and everyone else that supports me.
We'll give it up for Chaden Zane Minder on top of the box here. One more time for Bryson Benitez in third place. Jesse Owens in second. And stand at top of the box, Chaden Zane Minder. Back to you in the booth.
Thanks a lot, Dave, and congratulations to top three finishers. And I can't help but kind of make a comparison. That's the second time that you've seen that young lady up on the podium. I'm just wondering if we're looking at and watching the next Haley Deegan, dare I say? See to get a reaction out of her. No, nothing there. For all the fans back at home, there's a great shot of the distant mountains surrounding Glen, Helen Raceway. A little bit of the track, some of the industry that's alongside of 215 coming out of San Bernardino. And if you go to the right just a little bit and up and over those mountains, you'll be heading towards Big Bear. Getting ready next for the A.M. Ortega Junior 1 Kart Division, 10 karts coming out in that class, and here's our lineup of those 10 on the front row. Luke Berry alongside of Truly